minute show is a 30-minute show, but they advertised the Radio Times because that was a BBC magazine that listed what was on and when on both TV and radio, but only the BBC channels at that time. And then you had the TV Times, which was independent TV and showed the times of shows on independent TV. Then there was a little bit of a ruckus, I think in the 1980s, and the ruling was that they couldn't be. I think there were new channels being licensed, and at that point it was, well, who's going to put the show times in their magazine? And I think there was a little bit of a fight over it, and legally it was decided, well, you can all put the shows on all the channels. So at that point you only really needed to buy either the Radio Times or the TV Times. You didn't have to buy both, because all of the TV listings were all in one, whichever one you decided to buy. So the BBC had ads for the Radio Times because that was their magazine, and they had ads for shows that are, next week on Tuesday, at 7 o'clock, blah blah blah, or cliffhanger in EastEnders, find out what happens on Tuesday type of thing. So they would advertise their shows, but those were the only ads they were able to put out, the ones they made for their staff. And that, as far as I gather, that's still true today. They still only advertise stuff that they do, and independent TV gets ads from everyone, and that's how they pay for all their shows, just like the American model. So there's this TV license thing that the price goes up every year, and people are complaining that, one, the BBC is a propaganda arm for the Labour Party, effectively the Democrat Party in America, would be the what's the word for it? The political equivalent of. And so people don't want curated propaganda pieces called news. They don't watch that. They'll go somewhere else to get their news if they can. And of course, the other thing is, BBC shows, a lot of people just don't find any interest in watching them because, a lot of their dramas are all government propaganda again. And, why should I have to pay a TV license for a TV station that doesn't produce anything that I find remotely interesting, and so I don't watch? It's like, the argument is the streaming argument. Why should I pay for HBO if I don't watch any of their shows? Why should I pay for Apple TV when I don't watch any of their shows? The same could be argued for BBC, in that, why should I pay for the BBC when I don't watch any of their shows? The problem is, with the way UK law is set up, you have to have a TV license if you want to watch TV in your home. You could have a DVD player plugged into your TV, no terrestrial aerial plugged into your TV, no PC plugged into your TV. So the only thing you can watch is DVDs. You don't need a TV license, but you have to jump through hoops to do so. Even if you don't have a TV in your house, you have to jump through hoops to not have a TV license. And you have to recertify every year or two. The TV licensing authority will send you a letter to say, hey, your house doesn't have a TV. You have to prove to us you don't need one, as opposed to them having to prove to me that I do need one. So, that's kind of a complete mess. There's also rumours that BBC want to increase their revenue such that if you have a TV license, you can watch live TV only. And if you want to watch past shows on the BBC, you can access their streaming library, but that's going to be a membership streaming cost. So you have to buy, and that's okay. That's a money-making venture for the BBC, for which the government wouldn't be involved. The government is only involved insofar as a TV license is required. But, yeah. I think a lot of people these days have gotten away. I don't watch live TV. I watch TV shows on what used to be considered terrestrial channels. And back in the day, you would have to sit down at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday to watch whatever's on at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. And then video recorders came out, and so people didn't have to be at home 7 o'clock every Tuesday to watch every episode of a show. They could set their video to record at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, and then they could sit down and watch the show at any time they wanted. So we typically, as a child, or as a teenager, we would have 3 or 4 shows on videotape that we'd recorded it because we weren't in the house at the time. I mean, as a child, I missed so many episodes of things because I had something else going on at that time. So watching an episodic show was difficult because, I'm not going to be able to watch episode 3 because of a thing. And then you get to episode 4 and it's like I didn't watch episode 3, and so I missed things. So the VCR was a good thing. Then you got DVD recorders, which, it's just different technology to VCR or VTR. But still, it's a thing. But now with streaming, I do not have to sit down on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock to watch the show I'm watching weekly. I can just stream it next day or the day after. There's sometimes, I can sit down and watch an hour of TV on a Wednesday. And there's other times where I can't sit and watch a TV show on Wednesday. But that doesn't matter because I've got all of Thursday and all of Friday I can watch the show, so no big deal. But we're really getting to the point where the stuff that's produced on TV, I'm just not interested. So I'm not watching it. But anyway, so that's what BBC or the UK government are doing. We're going to charge people to watch YouTube. You need a TV license to watch YouTube on your cell phone. Okay, prove I did that. No, that's not how the law works. You have to prove you didn't do that, ever. And if you watched one YouTube video on a cell phone, oh, sorry, you need a TV license now. Yeah, enforcement in a positive way is going to be pretty much impossible, I think. And then, or no, we assume you're watching a show, therefore you have to pay the penalty. Misfits. So yes, to actually claim you don't need a TV license would be almost impossible. Sherla David, welcome to Saturday stream. So everybody in England, good luck with your TV licensing problems. And then in other news, the British government has decided that we need to be able to recall anybody young up to 65 years old who's been in the military back to the military, because we've decided to rattle sabres and declare stupid wars. Everything is going good here. We are kind of, today we're setting up for a day of family games this afternoon. Not exactly sure at what time that's all happening, but I still have the opportunity to sit around, be a virtual farmer and relax this morning, and then get on with all the stuff later. Oh, I missed that bit. Never mind. It's only a little tuft. As far as the farm is concerned, it's April. It's time to plant corn and soybeans, so we're getting on with that. Unfortunately, it's going to rain in an hour, so this is probably the last field I'm going to seed with corn before the rain. And then after the rain, we can finish off the planting. Anyway, so just got the final 3 strips of headland to do here. This will be done. It's very tight. Fortunately, the tractor, for the most part, that doesn't look good, does it? Let's lower it. We'll try and take off that bit in the middle there. Up to there. There we go. We can back this out. Ooh. Oh. Yes, that's not a thing I do, I'm afraid. Had too many hassles with people. Oh, make me your friend. No. Sorry. Whoa, dude, what are you doing? Wow. And interestingly, that's exactly the same. There, it's the same message format. So anyway, yes, I don't do Discord while I'm streaming. I don't add random people to my Discord. Ever. Too much problems with that. It's not happening anymore. Anyway. And I think I missed a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get that piece. Oh. Okay. There. Off we go. Okay. Definitely don't have enough time to do the last field, but we are in a good location. Parties left. Yes. Got that bit. We're doing this bit. Then I think I'm guessing this is Murphy again. So we'll stick this here. Okay, that one's done. Let's go find, actually, this one has 2 headlands to go and then it's done. So that's okay. And so, oh, the 250's there. Silly. We still have an hour to have things happening. I'm going to wait until the rain starts before I drive into town. Because I am impressed with the implementation of rain and puddles on the highways and such on this map. Oh, that was super not what I wanted to do. Let's do that. Oh, that's a little bit off angle, but need the truck. Start the engine. Okay, gonna run off and get the slurry tanker filled up and do that. I will then probably ship some milk to town, because that's also a good plan. All right, fill. Sorry, 30,000 litres, nice. Something is turned on that shouldn't be. You're still doing. You. Let's turn you off. All right, let's limp out of here. Truck does have a little problem hauling up this hill. However, I guess the good thing about having slurry on the lowest part of your farm is it's not going anywhere. It's not going to get into anything. Something I've noticed, Tom Pemberton is having issues with slurry storage. His cows are making too much. And so he's looking for increased storage, and he can't do a lagoon because he's only like 10 feet above sea level.